Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet a dynamic chiropractic team. They're husband and wife, and they're both on a mission to help heal the mind, body, and soul of America. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, you really know when you have a strong marriage, when you're a husband and wife chiropractic team and you see each other 24/7. I am proud to have in the studio Dr. Amy Gunderson Lewis and Dr. Tyler Lewis. They are with Self Unbound. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us here, Jeff.
Well, you just look like Ken and Barbie. I mean, you're just such, you're this attractive couple, and I see you in our hallways all the time because you have a very successful podcast. But let's go back to the early days. So when were you both drawn to chiropractic care? Do you want to start?
Yes. Okay. So I was a massage therapist for 10 years before I got into chiropractic, but I worked for chiropractors. And I always looked at chiropractic as a way to help release tension in the spine. So I got the pain relief aspect of it. But then one of the chiropractors I was working for, he took me to this seminar in Vegas where you had a group of really philosophical chiropractors come and speak. And I got exposed to the chiropractic philosophy and started to learn about innate intelligence and the self-healing power of the body and how it's really about connecting your mind with your spirit. And it was all encompassing. And in that moment, it's like I saw the skies part and the light come down. And I just knew this is what I was put on this earth to do. And so chiropractic found me, but I really feel like it was a calling that I was always here to do.
Dr. Tyler?
Yeah, very similar. So I was pre-med. I was studying biochemistry, molecular biology, doing a lot of research on immune health and how the body detoxifies certain chemicals and things like that. And it was just really fascinating. And going through that pre-med journey, and especially learning about the immune system, is there was this brilliant intelligence about the body, about all of these cells working together and wanting to create a greater level of health. And it was amazing because as I was studying the immune system and studying health, it's like, how can we ever get sick? Yeah, we're being taught that the body's broken, the body's imperfect, that we need to do things in order to help support the body whenever things break down. But there wasn't really much of a focus in health. And so that started to shift my perspective. Well, after a family member had an injury, it was actually my mother had plantar fasciitis, and started seeing a chiropractor. We had never seen one before in my life. And I was about 19 or 20 years old at the time. She was like, you got to come check this out. He's talking about the nervous system health. He's talking to all these things. And I didn't know a whole lot about it at the time. But I went down and attended this class where he was talking about how the nervous system controls our mind, body, emotions, and all these things. And whenever our nervous system is in distress, our body can break down. And whenever our nervous system is free, our body heals. And so it was just the most amazing kind of shift in my perspective. And he went and started taking care of me, and my whole life changed. And so that's why I wanted to become one, because I was like, if the whole world could feel like this, then the world would be a vastly better place. And I was just set. And so my whole life trajectory shifted, and I went toward chiropractic, and I haven't looked back since.
Wow. And you guys are celebrating 10 years as a practice?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We're going to pull up your website, and as we scroll down the website, Amy, I want you to talk about the name of the company.
Yeah, so we came up with Self Unbound because really it's about expression of our authentic nature. And that's what drew me to chiropractic, that innate intelligence, that intelligence that's always guiding your life and looking to heal and evolve and grow. And through trauma or conditioning or different ways that we've had to defend and protect, that gets bound. And so the Self Unbound is really about that innate expression being unleashed.
Outstanding. We found a great testimonial video. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Amazing.
It's extraordinary.
Outstanding.
Floaty. I have less physical pain. I just feel happy, in a good mood. Whew.
Network Spinal is an amazing healthcare modality that helps you gain access to more life, more ease, more efficiency. There's literally nothing that happens in your life that doesn't involve the nervous system. Your nervous system is what is controlling your body, keeping you alive. It's telling you how to regulate your posture and balance, your organ function, even your hormone regulation. It's how you process emotions. It's how you think. It's your personality. It's your relationship to the past and future.
How much energy does your nervous system have access to process life information? When you don't have enough energy, symptoms arise to show you something has to change. And this is what Network Spinal focuses on. A lot of other modalities focus on alleviating symptoms or attacking them or numbing them. Network Spinal focuses on what are these symptoms telling us? How is your life speaking to you? It comes down to energy.
What Self Unbound does is it gives you access to more energy. With more energy, your thoughts change, your behaviors change, your purpose changes. Suddenly gifts that you didn't know that you have are available.
I was a bit skeptical. I have described it to my friends as a bit woo-woo or my voodoo practice. However, I've gotten so much out of this place.
I just had a hunger for more. I didn't want to settle in my life at the time where I was.
If you want your life to change, it's just like a no-brainer.
I know that they don't do the normal cracking, and I'm more interested in natural healing, natural ways for your body to heal itself.
Is one that provides gentle hands-on approach to a whole body wellness.
I'd been on a journey looking for traditional solutions for a couple of years, and nothing worked. I came to Self Unbound for the pain, and the pain did go away, but now I'm actually experiencing more than I ever would have expected.
Some may think that this level of care is woo-woo, but I think you'll quickly see once you get here and you get involved that it's very grounded and that there's tangible shifts that are created in your reality that will make you believe fully how real this is.
If you are looking for a different approach to either healing your physical body or emotional therapy, it's a really wonderful place to start.
And I think something happened during COVID where there's a healthy skepticism of prescription pads and all of the things that the MD world gives us. What are you noticing in your own practice?
Absolutely. I mean, COVID was a big shift in people really wanting to take accountability for their own health. They recognized nobody was going to be able to save them from what they're experiencing. And really, they just wanted to be healthy. You know, they value now a healthy immune system, being able to be adaptable and have vitality. And so in our practice, we've been busier than ever because there's so many people that wanted to step in and make a change.
Outstanding. I know you both have countless client members that you've helped over the years. It's hard to pin down one, but Tyler, what's one of your favorite success stories?
One of my favorites, and there are so many, but there was this little boy who was on the spectrum who came in and was nonverbal, having a lot of difficulty. He was about 5 years old, operating about a 2 to 3 year old level, and was just going through a lot of challenges. And so a lot of parents sometimes can think chiropractic, oh, how can my child respond to this? But, you know, really helping a child's nervous system be able to function more optimally and have better connection with more ease and efficiency. All of a sudden, it's like you just watch the child melt and the eyes like sparkle and wake up. You see like life expressed through that child. And all of a sudden their curious brain turns on and they become this engaged little human being. And so specifically with this little boy, you know, he didn't want to be touched. He was very overstimulated by the environment, and he entered care, which, you know, our care is very gentle, very precise, but yet very powerful because we're really working with the brain's relationship with the body and how it processes physical, mental, emotional stress. And so as this little boy's nervous system is connecting and healing and unwinding, all of a sudden, it's like you just see his lights come on. He's so excited. And now you can't get him to stop talking. He's just there engaged. You always know when he comes into the office. He's the most loving, compassionate. He always wants to give hugs. Like, it's just he's such a beautiful, beautiful little boy. And we've just watched his whole life transform coming through care.
Amy, how about you? One of your favorite success stories?
Yeah, there's so many, but the first one that comes to mind is someone who had a similar story to me, so I can really relate to the impact on life. But it was a woman, is in her mid 40s, and she came in because she was in her health feeling like just nothing was working anymore. She was feeling fatigued. She had burnout going on. Her hormones were dysregulated, and just overall, she had a general feeling of just being unwell. But beyond that, her marriage was suffering. She was working a job that she was miserable in. And so just life, all of the lights just felt really dim for her. And she felt like she was kind of just at that last resort. Like, what do? I feel helpless. And, it was really within a few months of care, all of a sudden that, Tyler talked about the lights coming back on. That's one of my favorite parts about as the nervous system heals, you start to see people's light come back on. You start to see that essence really start to express, and her whole entire life changed. She started to recognize she wasn't broken, that she was just living a life that wasn't authentic to her, that she needed to communicate and reprioritize the things that really were important to her. So she started doing what she always wanted to do, which she felt was unlogical or unreasonable. And she went to yoga teacher training and started to actually facilitate healing in others. Her marriage turned around, and she says over and over again just how much more herself she feels. And that was the best part of care. Her health transformed as a byproduct, but really it was her living the life that she always wanted to live, but didn't feel like she had the permission to.
And you have an amazing podcast. You've been doing it for several weeks now, and 10 episodes. Is that right?
Yep.
It's called the Coherence Project. Let's go ahead and put some video on the screen so you guys can narrate this. What kind of topics do you like to get into?
Oh, I mean, everything from physical, mental, emotional well-being, performance, and professional performance, or relational engagement and intimacy. I mean, we're really wanting to explore all different aspects of life, because for us, coherence, health isn't just, unidirectional. It's all encompassing of who we are. And the purpose of the Coherence Project was to really expand the conversation and looking at health, healing, human transformation, and performance. And it's really about what is the language, what does potential look like? Like you were mentioning COVID earlier, I think the biggest thing that we realize is that just waiting to manage crisis is not a very great way to live. But if we could be proactive about how we want to engage life across all domains, all of a sudden we become much more empowered. We have a sense of direction in terms of what that future vision looks like and how we can begin to support that. And again, the Coherence Project was an opportunity to expand the conversation to a more global community.
And we were talking before the show, you have some strong feelings about these weight loss drugs. They do have a function for some people, but there's a downside. Amy?
Yeah, anytime there's something that's advertised as a shortcut to something, I always am a bit skeptical, because I know how the nervous system heals, reorganizes, and I'm working with people in health for a really long time. And what we started to see with these people that would get on the GLP-1 drugs is their nervous system coherence and their heart rate variability would drop dramatically. So they're less adaptable, and their overall nervous system health was declining.
Yeah. And so it was really, yes, they may lose weight, but their nervous system, the stress response part of the nervous system's capacity to respond and adapt to stress was now just really decreasing. We see that consistently with heart rate variability and other tests that we have in our office.
I've seen studies that talk about kind of a Wegovy fog or something like that. It impacts your emotions.
Absolutely. It impacts your emotions. And anytime you put a chemical in your body, you have to think about yes, it has an effect, but there's always going to be side effects. They're not really side effects. They're just effects of the drug. And so it's interfering with your hormones. And as it interferes with one, it's a cascade of effects. And so, we talked about as people were healing, we saw the lights come on. Well, with these drugs, you actually start to see the person's essence kind of dull, which was a really interesting thing because, you think about what does this do? It suppresses your appetite. Well, emotionally too, again, body, mind, soul, not separate. And so people stop feeling that hunger for life, and they stop having that vital desire to go out and, do more and claim more and be a part of more. And so that was a really interesting thing we started to see. And so a lot of people have actually started to get off because they said they just feel like they don't want to engage in life the same way.
We have about 2 minutes left, and so I want you both to give a call to action. If there's somebody who has never seen a chiropractor before, why do they need to give it a second thought?
Your nervous system controls everything. It controls every aspect of life. body, mind, emotion. And if you've been caught in cycles of distress, nobody can see that. The spine is really the back of your mind. It protects your spinal cord, which is the back of your brain. And a lot of what's happening in the body isn't just physical. It's also, we can go through traumas, yes, physically that can affect our health, but we can also go through mental and emotional stressors and factors throughout our whole life that shapes the lens in which our nervous system is viewing life. And a lot of times when we're looking for options, we think that we're only limited to what we've been used to, what we've been able to experience up to that point. But that's where chiropractic comes in, where it's so crucial, is because we recognize when your nervous system is free, so are you. And a chiropractor is able to see, where is your nervous system bound? Where is it protecting? Where does it not have the energy and capacity to respond to life, and help turn the lights on, so to speak, so where your nervous system can become adaptable. And that is the central focus at our office at Self Unbound, is transforming how your nervous system affects every aspect of your life to allow you to, rather than just managing symptoms, actually have the capacity to heal, grow beyond how you've been.
Amy, final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, really what Tyler was saying, it's life doesn't need assistance. It always wants to grow, heal, and evolve. It just needs no interference. And so that's been the biggest gift for me in my life with chiropractic and watching people under chiropractic care. So that would be my biggest urge for people to go seek out nervous system care.
Outstanding. Thank you both for sharing your wisdom and your heart with us. We're going to end with the website, which is selfunbound.com. Amy and Tyler, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.